Recently for Christmas, I got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022, and I was thoroughly happy with the game. I'd seen a lot of trailers and a lot of hype around this game, and playing it, nothing disappointed, or nearly nothing disappointed. The campaign was fun and fresh, the multiplayer was smooth and great, and overall I enjoy, or am continuing to enjoy, Warzone. I haven't played much of Special Ops, but maybe I'll dive into it, maybe I won't. It all depends on, the length of this video and how long it already is. But I looked to Twitter and to YouTube, and I haven't seen a lot of positive responses of this game. I mean, sure, people have done reviews and said it's great, but overall, no one's trashing on it like they did World War II or Black Ops 4, but people are making small little nitpicks at this game that I just think aren't fair. So I'm gonna, in this video, address some of the issues and some of the things people are talking about, and really put them to rest, and say why I think this game, and why I think I'm proud for this game to be our next Call of Duty for not just 1 year and then die, but for the next 2 years. I am very proud of that. So, like I say, I'm just gonna go over the game, go over some things in the campaign and multiplayer mainly, and really analyze it. Also, this is my first video ever on YouTube. I'm trying to do it as to professional standards as I can, so I really would appreciate a like or even a subscribe. Would be absolutely great. Hope you enjoy. If you don't like and subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so before we even get into the main criticisms for Modern Warfare 2 2022, let's just talk about some of the great things I love about the multiplayer. Okay, starting off, when I loaded up this game and wanted to jump into some team deathmatch, I actually was very disappointed that there was only 12 base game modes. And then obviously later on I discovered that there's way more other game modes and game types. But I looked at the 12 base ones, and I saw that 6 or 7 of them were completely new. Extraction is sick. I mean, it's great. It's like Cold War's VIP, but they bring it to a whole nother level, and I absolutely love it. And there are just some new game modes, and lots of new game modes. And you know what else is great about the game modes? The kick-ass maps that go with them. One of my biggest complaints about Modern Warfare 2019 was that a lot of the maps are taken from Warzone, which in itself is fine, but for the game to last, it won't work. Because not only are you playing these maps multiple times, but you're then playing them again in Warzone because, well, the map is in Warzone, if that makes sense. You don't want to drop into a place that you've just played in Team Deathmatch. I mean, you just don't. Or, well, maybe you do. I won't judge you. But there's a lot of new original maps, and maps from Warzone 2, which isn't a problem, but Infinity Ward really went out this time with, innovating with new and unique maps to really last this next 2 years, which I really do appreciate. On top of this, the rhythm of the game is great. The whole cycle of get kills, kill streaks, upgrade guns, the battle pass, buy skins, it all feels very great. I mean, even the battle pass, I'm not a huge fan of just shoving in a battle pass to new games, which is what COD have been doing, but the battle pass feels satisfying. And don't forget, the 3 challenges every single day you get, they feel satisfying to complete, to then upgrade your guns, to then buy new skins, or earn new skins from the battle pass, or earn new attachments and things. It's fantastic. I love stuff like that. It feels satisfying to level up, it feels satisfying to get kills, and it feels satisfying to hear the fucking guns. I mean, Modern Warfare, I'd expect nothing less from the sound design. From 2019's fantastic sound design, Modern Warfare 2 takes that sound design and ups it to a whole nother level, because some of the sounds in this game are great. The kill streaks are great, the sound design's great. There are some problems here and there, but, I love the multiplayer for a whole. And this isn't me trying to just arse-link the multiplayer. There are issues. Some maps are too indoorsy, and some maps are too outdoorsy to the point where some kill streaks don't exactly work, and I have come across some glitches. So don't think I am a Modern Warfare 2 stan and I'm a Call of Duty stan, because I'm a picky bitch when it comes to my COD games, I won't lie. Now, however, what are the issues with this game, or what are the issues with this game's multiplayer then, if I've been praising it so much? Well, to get down to the nitty-gritty, we have to look at the movement. There has been a lot of criticism of the movement. Modern Warfare 2's movement works like this. You've obviously got your prone, your crouch, your sprint, And then you've got some different things. You've got slide, mount, climb, and then, you know, all stuff like that. And especially dolphin dive. That's a new one that's been added. Modern Warfare 1, no, 2019, not that one, but 2019's Modern Warfare had slide, prone, crouch, sprint. And those were pretty much the base lot, other than, you know, like climb. Now, it all comes in to sliding is where people have the problem. In Modern Warfare 1, there was an exploit slash glitch slash whatever you want to call it that you could do. Here's how both games work. Both games have this cool feature where at any random point your character will lob his gun up into the air when you sprint and it will increase your speed. In Modern Warfare 1 2019, you could do this on purpose by exploiting the game, doing a slide, and then half sliding, cancelling it, and it would launch your gun up into the air and increase your speed. Here's a diagram of that happening right now. So yeah, lobbing your gun up and just sprinting very fast from this exploit. Now the problem with this is that it wasn't, as far as I know, intended by Infinity Ward to ever be a thing. The only reason they kept it being a thing was because fans just enjoyed it so much. So it makes sense they take it out the second game. Now, this has happened before in many games. Halo Reach has a die-hard fan of the ability Armor Lock. It never seen again because so many people hated it. Now, a lot of the community in Modern Warfare 2 are saying that slide cancelling should have been in. Now, while I can see why maybe in Warzone it would work, I don't really understand people's problem with it not being in the base game. Because, let's face it, Modern Warfares are about modern shooters. Iraq, Afghanistan, the whole campaign is set on those. And whilst I think it would work in something like Black Ops, Modern Warfare is more grounded, or at least it's supposed to be. That's why I have a problem with the whole Cold War, Modern Warfare, mixing their whole, you know, universes together, because personally I don't think it works. But I'll have a video on that later on, down the line. However, I think Modern Warfare is more grounded. Not to the point where you're Rainbow Six sieging it and peeking around every wall scared to die, but just more grounded in the fact that there's no jetpacks and shit like that. It's more grounded. So, what did they do? Remove slide cancelling, which also makes it more fair and more fun, which I agree with. And what did they do? Well, they alternativated it. Oh, fuck, I cannot say that word. Anyway, they added in a new movement. Dolphin diving. Well, it's not exactly new. If you've played Black Ops 1, you'd know that dolphin diving came in then. Here's a diagram of it happening on screen now. Basically, your character flops onto the floor and pulls his gun up and shoots people. It's a very cool mechanic. But you may be saying, but that's goofy. Correct, it is. But it's just the right amount of goofy where it works in the game and doesn't change any mechanics. So instead of having slide cancelling where it's an exploit and you're making your character go faster and everyone's doing it like around the map and it looks insane, you're having an actual mechanic. Now sure, I can't imagine real soldiers actually doing this, but it's something more logical and realistic. Somewhere I can imagine a soldier, you know, diving onto the floor and shooting under a truck or something. It does make more sense than everyone sliding around the map and then jumping up and sprinting, jumping up and sprinting. I personally think it makes more sense and it works more. The other complaint comes into this whole climb ability. You can now hold on to ledges and shoot over ledges and things. Now, I think this works pretty well, and I enjoy it. Now, the whole complaint is it's not used enough, so it shouldn't be in the game. Why are you complaining? It's just a new thing. You know, it's like Halo Reach. Sorry to keep bringing up Halo, but the main core abilities in Halo Reach were jetpack, sprint, and armor lock. That doesn't mean that the other 4 or 3 shouldn't be in the game. There are people who still enjoy active camouflage and holograms. Like, come on, man. So I don't really see this as a valid point. Just because not a lot of people use it doesn't mean it shouldn't be in the game. I mean, come on. And anyway, I enjoy it. I think it's fun. So those are the 2 criticisms I'm going to bash now. Let's have a look at the campaign and see why people are so worked up about that. Okay, so let's move on to something slightly different. Let's talk about the campaign. Before we do, like before, I'm going to praise it a little bit. Yeah, the campaign's great. The missions are all fantastic. There's a boss fight in this campaign. I fucking love it. The characters are great, the story's great, the music's great. It's an overall solid campaign. Here and there are some problems. Me personally, I don't like Mr. Shepard very much, but we'll come on to that a bit later. I want to talk about some criticisms of the campaign because, in my opinion, Modern Warfare 1 2019 innovative with the. We all know the mission, the breach and clear mission where you're going through the house, clearing room to room. Everyone loved it. All right, Modern Warfare took that, put that in its missions, and then expanded on that whole thing by loads. Modern Warfare 2 does that perfectly. By adding in crafting systems, a bag system, so many different ways to tackle missions, and you're switching from two perspectives all the time, and they still make the characters and the story work just so fucking well. The new characters are mwah. The new villain is mwah. Everything about it works pretty much, well, at least decently if it doesn't work. Now, let's talk about some criticisms here. And, you know, all I saw on my For You page for TikTok for a while was a lot of Ghost edits. You know, everyone's in love with Ghost, or was at the time, when the game first came out. And now all I'm seeing is that people seem to think the campaign's mid. I've seen a lot of rankings where they're putting this Call of Duty at like 15th or 12th, when it really deserves a lot more respect than that. It would probably be in my top 10 Call of Duty campaigns, I think, maybe. But I think it deserves a lot more respect than it's getting. So why do people think the campaign's bad? Is it the level design? Is it the graphics, the story, the characters? No. It's a character. Ghost. And you may be thinking, what? But Ghost is had praise. He's great. Everyone loves him. And me too. I absolutely love Ghost. And that's people's problems. People seem to think that Ghost carried the story and he was in it too much. What? That's like having a Halo game and then complaining that Master fucking Chief is the guy you play as. Like, come on, man. Seriously? You don't play as Ghost throughout any of the game, and then at the very end you get a little your literal present for having him being there and staying alive, mind you. Spoilers if you haven't played the original Modern Warfare 2, RIP. But your present is getting to play as Ghost for that final moment. And people are just saying he's in it too much? I don't get it. And I don't think I will get it. Ghost is an integral character. In Modern Warfare 2, he was the cool man with the ski mask who was edgy. In this Modern Warfare 2, he's a fucking badass, cold guy who don't take no shit, and he's got a character. He's got a character to him. And he talks now. Like, in the original Modern Warfare 2, he had like hardly any lines of dialogue. In this one, he's got a bondage with Soap, a bondage with Price. He's bonding with the whole team. And more importantly, they feel like a strong team. Now, it is sad we never got to see any Roach, but I assume it's just because Roach was killed off purely because of the fact that he was just a Soap copy, a voiceless protagonist to immerse yourself in the original game. So there's no real reason for him to be in the second game. And especially not in this game. But having Ghost more emphasis and more loved and making him built up more and more. Prediction, by the way, Ghost will not last this series. Modern Warfare 3, the end of the game, unless they make a 4, because at the minute they are really drawing the story out. But Modern Warfare 3, whenever that does come out, I feel like he's gonna die. I mean, I just see it coming. Anyway, though, Ghost is great. I love his character. I love his design. He's badass. And you can't really blame how good his character development is just because he's in the game. That's not the game's fault they made a good character. It's not like Soap doesn't get any limelight. He's also heavily emphasized on. And so is Price a little bit less, and Gaz a little bit less, but they're all emphasized on. Hell, even the woman who's the talky woman now comes out with you and does missions with you. The whole character development scope has been emphasized more. So why the fuck are people complaining about Ghost when he's a good and core thing to the series? He works, he's great, and I think it works fantastically having him in. Now, one thing I don't like very much is General Shepard. Now, personally, I don't really have anything against his character in this game. Just the way he looks. Yeah. Let's get a compare. Ooh. Yeah. In the original Modern Warfare 2, or hell, even the remake, he's not some fat oaf like he is in Modern Warfare 2 now. I get that the whole point of this is so they can have Graves, who's this also stellar, fucking gorgeous character, by the way. I very much enjoy Graves and both of the Mexican Special Forces members. But, I mean, they're great. And I get Graves' portrayal, and he's a good character too. But you're really going to do Shepard like that, man? Shepard looks, in my opinion, like just some fat blob who could never fight. In the original Modern Warfare 2, not only is he a physical threat to Captain Price and Soap, as he's probably served himself, and is a broken man, in this game, he's more of a big blob. He was a big blob in the original who would send troops after you and try to kill you, but like I say, in this one, he's way more likable and just, yeah, he doesn't pose as much of a threat. So, personally, I feel like people should more go after General Shepard than Ghost. But even he's not bad in this game, because there's another cool way. Obviously, we don't have Makarov. So what I mean by another cool way is another cool way of portraying Shepard's betrayal, and how he's the one with the missiles who did the deals. I think that's a new and cool thing, and I think Shepard works. It's just my personal preference that I don't like his design, and I wish he was more focused on. There are 3 villains in this game, so it is difficult, but come on, man, I just wish he was focused on more. Okay, just one more thing I want to talk about before we move on from the campaigns is the mission design and the mission gameplay. Alright, but to do that, let's just talk about other Call of Duty games and start off with the mission design. Other Call of Duty games used to have sort of cool missions like clearing buildings and clearing buildings and clearing buildings. You guys like fucking clearing building? Anyway, now there are a lot of missions like that. If you're lucky, maybe you'll be on a street. Sorry. Yeah, there are other missions though in Call of Duty, such as driving missions. Oh Jesus, driving missions. Anyway, and hey, maybe if you're lucky, you'll get on a gunship and you'll go in the black and white mode and try not to shoot the Le Funny Church. I would never do such a thing. Anyway though, Call of Duty missions don't really strive very much, unless you're playing a game like Advanced Warfare or the original Modern Warfare 1, where you know, missions are actually grounded and have different and cool phenomenons. Hey, maybe if you're lucky in a newer COD, you'll be fighting in a cool arena or a cool place. And the same sort of said for gameplay wise. You got a gun, you got grenades, flashbang, smoke. You guys like smoke? Hey, and maybe if you're lucky, you'll get a target locator. Yeah, unless of course you're Advanced Warfare. Really underrated, by the way. In which you'll have a lot more. But my point is, the newer sort of CODs, not going past 2010, maybe, but the CODs past 2010 rather, the newer ones, they don't do a lot in variety. So to have this game come out and do a hell of a lot in variety and people talk shit about it really pisses me off, alright? There is some fucking cool features in this game. There's a mission where you're in wind turbines and you're sneaking through the grass, sort of, you know, replicating the same mission, all gillied up. But there's so many things to do. You can gas people out, you can breach and clear, you can enter through windows on these roofs. And in terms of level design, oh my god, these missions are great. There's a mission where you're sneaking around guards, you're infiltrating the cartel. This is top tier shit, man. I love it. And terms of gameplay, oh my god, it's fantastic. When you're playing as Gaz, normally you'll have a backpack, which now instead of just holding a flashbang and a grenade, like Advanced Warfare, you can cycle through so much shit. You'll have a heartbeat sensor, you'll have grenades, you'll have Semtexes. Oh, it's fucking great. It just makes endless possibilities. On top of that, you've got your main gun, and hell, maybe you'll even get a target locator or something like that. And even a crafting system. Okay, it kind of makes me laugh that there's a crafting system in a modern Call of Duty game, but the amount of work that's come into, you know, joining the level and the gameplay together. You know, you got to scavenge the streets to find these finite materials to make a Molotov, and then quickly use it to distract or kill an enemy, and then run through the streets. And you're using gameplay and mission design, and oh my god, it's so good. And then to see people shit on it like they are, it really pisses me off. Now, no one's indirectly calling it bad, but here's the problem with the Call of Duty community. Unlike someone or something like Halo, which is dead now, but still, point still stands, which was big and now has its finite sort of fan group, which can, you know, they all are used to change and, you know, innovation. Or hell, even a Fallout game's used to change and innovation. The Call of Duty fan base are very, how do I put this politely? Narrow-minded. Now, I'm not calling any of you guys narrow-minded, because I'd be calling me narrow-minded, because, you know, I'm also happen to be a Call of Duty fan making a video on the newest Call of Duty, as you can see, because you're watching. Yeah, my point is that the vast majority that Activision and all the 3 companies that make COD have to appeal to is fucking huge. Hell, the last fucking Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, or hell, even Vanguard, they sell in the millions. Modern Warfare 2019 literally made billions, and you can tell how well these games do just by their trailers. I'm pretty sure the Modern Warfare 2 trailer is sitting at something like 30 million views. It's mind-blowing how, you know, this is the first-person shooter game to go to. Everyone buy instantly. So I feel like the reason why we're getting so little people talk about this campaign is that the hardcore COD fans who are satisfied and love this campaign love it so much that they're not shit talking about it. The ones who are shit talking about it are just calling it mid because they don't understand anything other than the norm of shoot le bad guy. Now, I really enjoy the crafting system, I really enjoy the backpack system, but I feel like when you're appealing to such a massive audience, it's not going to hit with very many people. In an industry like today, where cutscenes are very minimal, and unless you're playing a story game, it has to be action, 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 action. Especially for first-person shooters, I mean, you have to have action all the time. When Call of Duty tries to slow it down and have these stealth missions, or these sort of horror-imitated missions, or these sniping missions, it's getting less and less attention, and it should get more and more. Through 2022, I think all we've seen now is games like Elden Ring and God of War, and single-player fucking amazing games like Stray really take off, and I'm so happy that that's happening. But now it's starting to hurt games like Call of Duty, because people who are there for the multiplayer only, who check out the campaign because the devs are actually trying hard to make a campaign good and make the gameplay interesting and fun, people are so narrow-minded that they're not enjoying it, and it's very frustrating. What can we do about this? Not a lot. I can't do much to change your mind. If you feel the same, I'm sorry, you're missing out. But this is my point, and this is me just trying to explain why I think it works so much better than shoot bad guy in corridor over and over again. Well, sadly, it looks like that's all we got time for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed so much. It's my first video, like I say. I've really tried to pump this out and, you know, get this going. Do be expecting uploads. I'm hoping you will at least get 1 or 2 videos a week, if not 5 a week. Once I, you know, get this editing and everything around, you know, the whole YouTube system, and I get it sort of figured out what I'm doing properly. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you in other videos. I would like to touch on Warzone and the Special Ops, because I have, going back on this video, played more of the Special Ops now. However, maybe we'll do a part 2 to this, and I'll explain some critiques of the Warzone and Special Ops and why I think they're wrong. But I really hope you guys have enjoyed. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next time.